Now, low back pain is a pretty common problem not only in sports people but also in the general population. So we can use the Compex in a very practical way to regain some strength in the back muscles after someone has suffered a back injury. What we typically find is that when someone has a flexion-based injury, often what they're going to injure is their discs and their soft tissues at the back, and often their muscles at the back, such as the paraspinals, they run up and down the spine, become weak. So we can use the Compex to help retrain those muscles to get better spine function. With regards to how we use the Compex for activating back muscles after back injuries, it's quite important we understand where the back muscles actually are and what we're trying to get to. So what we have here are the paraspinal muscles. So you can see on Aaron, they start pretty much around here, the big bulky paraspinals, they run down his back and they form these tendons which run onto his sacrum down here. So these are the muscles here we're trying to activate and we're trying to target using the Compex. What we're doing next with Aaron is I have him in the all-fours position. I'm going to do an exercise called a bird dog. Now, this is a really nice starting point if anyone has had a back injury or back surgery. It's got a safe position to be in, and it's a nice way to get these back muscles here to activate early on the rehab phase. Now, before we start this, I really want Aaron in a good spine position, so I'm going to use this broomstick to find Aaron's neutral spine posture. So I'm going to place the stick on the base of his sacrum here, on his thoracic spine here, and his back of his head should be touching also. Now, Aaron creates a little bit more tilt through his pelvis. We'll lift through here. That is essentially his neutral spine posture. So now we have Aaron in the perfect neutral spine posture. What he's going to do next is a bird dog movement, which involves him lifting up one arm and then the opposite leg at the same time. He's going to work with the contraction of the Compex. So as the Compex kicks in and contracts, he will then do his movement. The contraction goes for a 7-second period. So he can now rest and pause. Okay, in the rest period, he will then think about activating his opposite side. Contraction starts now, he then goes through his movement. It's a 7-second contraction. So he's always working with the Compex on each of these contractions.
So just backing off what Chris was talking about in terms of getting the erectors going in the initial rehabilitation of maybe some lower back pain, what we're going to look at here is the Romanian deadlift. We're going to use the Compex to get a good isometric contraction through the erectors while he's doing the full movement. Good, keep the chin up a tiny bit, good, hips through. So we're actually getting a good isometric contraction while we're actually doing a hip hinge movement as well. So a really nice, good functional movement, progressing off that initial just basic activation sequence. Good. So the Compex is now just engaged in that muscle activation. So these erectors are doing a nice isometric contraction as he's controlling that hip hinge movement.